About to bust open this Edelkrone SliderPLUS. What's up everybody and welcome to another Jersey Filmmaker episode. I'm Anthony Saratelli and today I'm going to open up this Edelkrone Slider X Plus Slider X Plus. The SliderPLUS X Long, which holds up to 22 pounds. It weighs 4 pounds. It travels 1.4 feet if you put it on the ground, but if you put it on a tripod, that doubles and you get 2.9 feet of travel. Edelkrone's coming up with some really cool things. They keep their stuff compact so that you can travel with it. It's good for the run and gun shooter, and this is just another one of those examples. It's a slider that extends along the tripod so you get to travel with less distance in your bag, but you get more distance on the slide. I'd love to stack up on some Edelkrone gear. Unfortunately, I only have one other piece of theirs, and that's the Edelkrone Pocket Rig. I use this thing all the time when shooting with DSLR mirrorless cameras. It's a perfect alternative to a full shoulder rig. This here pops out, this folds over, and these slide out, and when your camera's on here, you just put it against your chest, and it gives you some nice stabilization. It also has a couple rods that spin around if you really want to get fancy and connect some things to it. This also comes off and expands if you need it to be longer. But I'm not trying to get into this, but this goes for I think like $290. Edelkrone, again, just straight doing it. Their stuff is awesome. So back to the SliderPLUS. This thing goes for $900, so it's not super cheap. But my last slider had run its life course. I broke it recently, which was not a bad thing. I was getting kind of tired of it. Had been eyeing this thing up, so it gave me an excuse to go out and get it, so let's bust it open. Well packaged as usual with Edelkrone. Their boxes come custom cut to whatever product you're buying. On top is the user manual, nice little packaging. Comes with the manual and some sort of, looks like label stickers. Figure out what those are for later. This box over here looks like the magnetic snap-on belts for SliderPLUS. So I'm not sure if these belts need to be on now or if this is something you add when you get their motion slider thingy that kind of controls the sliding of the slider. They provide a little Allen key set here, a 2.5mm and 3mm, which will fit the screws on the slider itself, I would assume. And then last but not least is the slider itself, which is really nice. Look how short this thing is. This is so great for travel, yet you could still get almost 3 feet of slide out of this when fully extended on a tripod. So here it is. If it sits down on the ground or on the table, you can actually extend these little legs to get some height on it on both sides. On the back here is a little release button, easy to move. Obviously with it locked in place, it's not going anywhere. Unlock it and the slider slides. On the bottom they have a nice little knob to tighten the screw. I think this is a 3/8 inch screw. I think that's right. You can get this onto a tripod or wherever else you need to get it. So a nice easy way to connect by just spinning this on. Let's go get a tripod. Okay, so it wasn't quite as easy to get onto the screw as I anticipated, just because the screw itself is not locked in place, so I had to turn it over, hold the screw down while spinning the little spinner, but still not very difficult, pretty easy to get on and off. Also discovered that the screw that you would put the camera onto actually recedes when you're not using it, so to pop it out, I think you could probably use your finger, yes you can, or you could just push this down and turn and it sits down in place, so that's pretty cool for travel. You don't have this little piece sticking up. Now it's on the tripod, so let's see what happens if I release it and extend it to the right, or my right. It gets past the edge of the table, and as you can see, this pushes all the way to the left, and the same thing when it goes this way, it'll get off the end of the table here. Again, this pushes now all the way to the right, which is pretty cool because, again, if you were to take this off of here and put it on the table and slide it, it only goes as far as the piece is itself. But again, when on the tripod, the whole slider kind of shifts down, so you can see it's actually staying the same length the whole time while moving down, so you're getting some extra travel distance on your slide. Pretty neat. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Let's test it out. So pretty sweet, this thing works really well, it's super smooth, but just like any other smooth slider, it is going to depend on the shakiness of your hand, the steadiness of your slide, on how smooth your slides actually are. One downfall, unless I'm missing it, I can't seem to find is a resistance setting. I wish there was some sort of resistance so when I was pushing it can get a little push back so that way the slide would be smoother, but I don't see that kind of setting on here. So it's just as smooth as it is, but it's pretty smooth, so I'm happy with that. I can deal with no resistance. I do want to look into their motion controller. It's a box you put right on the end here. I think you get some really neat slides out of it. You do use that other gear mechanism that you snap right on here. They're magnetic, so that's really simple to change out. It's another thing that's pricey, so I'm not going to jump right into that, but I think it'd be something cool to add to this slider. So that's all I got for today. If you like this video, hook it up and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps me grow the channel and get you more and more cool stuff. Just as a reminder, I'm doing a giveaway right now that's currently running and ending on January 31st at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So head over to jerseyfilmmaker.com/giveaway to enter and win an iCan Saga 7-inch high bright monitor. Head on over there to enter and win some free stuff. If you have any comments or questions, as always, leave them below or contact me on any of my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, at Jersey Filmmaker. Thanks so much for watching. I give this slider 2 thumbs up, and remember, get out there, don't wait, go create, and I'll see you next time.